The main arguments being made in both of these articles are the ethicalness of new features being implemented in our digital world and whether or not it is ethical to implement these features based off of the knowledge the American public has on these features. Now, I want to analyze both of these perspectives using the ethical theory of virtue ethics. Now, the first article I want to analyze is an article titled "Americans Flunked This Test on Online Privacy." The premise of this article was the fact that Americans did not know much about data privacy or the data that was being shared on websites, stating that an average American scored around 9 out of 17 on this test. Now, the ethical concern here is whether or not it is ethical to implement these policies, having known that American people don't know much about these policies. Is it ethical to implement these policies knowing that people have no idea what's going on? And I don't think it's ethical. One reason I don't think it's ethical: in the terms and conditions, 90% of it is lawyer gibberish. Unless you are a AI model or a web scraper, you are not going to read that entire thing through. The next reason I think it is not ethical is tied to the first reason. Since the American public does not know much about it, it is not ethical to implement these, as the American public does not know what they're getting into. The next article discussed was the future of human agency. So this article delves into the future of human agency amidst advancing digital technologies. This mainly has to do with AI and automation up to the year 2035. Now, there's opinions split between optimism and skepticism, and experts are contemplating whether smart machines will empower or erode human control over the decision-making processes. They highlight the dual nature of technological processes. The discourse acknowledges the potential for both positive and negative impacts of human anatomy. As technological evolution unfolds, debates intensify around the definition of agency and the extent of human oversight in a digitally integrated world. Now, reflecting on these complexities, Barry Chudakov, the founder of Certain Research, aptly observes that relationship is effectively a struggle between the determined fantasy of humans to resist and the seductive power of technology designed to undermine that fantasy. So this quote pretty much explains the tension between the human desire for autonomy and the allure of technical convenience. Looking at this from a point of view of virtue ethics, I do not think it is ethical to necessarily make AI that is used as a crutch. However, I do think it is ethical to make artificial intelligence that you use more as a tool as opposed to doing the entire task for someone.